Hi, everyone. This is Kathy Mamelin, Psychic Medium. Welcome to my channel. Today, I'm going to ask my spirit guides for some loving messages from the person that you may be in low to no contact with. I am going to see where this connection is headed, what their intentions are, what their thoughts and feelings are at this time. I do have some charms and I do have some initials, so maybe we'll get some evidence and you can get some confirmations. Let's see what our spirit guides are saying. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to anybody new and welcome back to anybody who's been here before. Let's see what they have. Spirit, I ask that you guide us for the person that I am thinking of. This is a collective reading for any sign and any sign of the person that you're thinking of. Spirit, please share with me thoughts and feelings. I have I'm running. I'm escaping. I'm a runner. I'm denying my feelings. I'm coming up with excuses. So escape, denial, and those are great. Those are great keywords, right? Escape, denial, and excuses. That pretty much sums it up sometimes, right? That your person is just coming up with, all these reasons that they can't talk, that they are not available, that they can't be in this connection, and they just can't get their head around why sometimes. So let's see if Spirit will give us some clarity. Spirit, please share with us. I have nightlife, gambling, out with friends, partying, drinking too much, having a good time, not giving up that kind of ability to have that freedom. Maybe that's something they're struggling with. Like, don't tell me what to do. I'm a big grown-up person and I don't want to be told what to do. How about you're not my mother? I have waves of emotion. I have fear. I have worry. Wondering if this is, I'm losing you. She's walking on these pilings. It looks like leftover pilings at the shore. And I was always scared to walk on those, but I feel like she could fall in at any time, like one slip and ouch. So it's a feeling of a balancing act. It's not even a limbo, because I feel like I'm walking on a tightrope. I'm walking on something like that. I could fall off at any time. So limbo to me is like stillness, but walking on a tightrope has even more fear in it. It has this I'm going to fall energy. So there's something going on with that whether it's you feel like you're falling, or they have fear of losing you, or their life kind of crumbling. My life is a mess, they just said. So something's going on. I have family, blood ties, inner circle. How about those of you, not all of you, that this isn't just affecting you, it's affecting possibly your children, or even if you don't have children together, each side of the relationship has family that has grown to love the person that you are sharing your life with. And sometimes it's very, very upsetting when you're not talking to that person, because people want you to work it out. They want you to be happy. They hate to see you guys, not talking. So it could be just this kind of a chain reaction, I guess, of it's hurting other people around you as well. Spirit's asking me for a couple more of these. So, okay. I have healing. I'm trying to heal right now. Good for you. Take this time. This is a good time. I hate to say that when you're in a separation with somebody or you're not talking to somebody, this is a good time for you. It is. It's time for you to heal. You're working on yourself. You're taking care of business. You're just doing what you have to do for you. That's good. And I have legal matters. Maybe somebody's tied up in court. Maybe they're going through a divorce. Maybe it's they're saying it's toxic. There could be a third person, an ex involved that started some crazy, like they're saying, running of the mouth, like gossip. So there could have just created some arguments around that person, interference, or, you know, somebody not wanting this connection to move forward and starting rumors, starting lies. So let's see what the cards are saying. Spirit, please share with me. I have a 9 of Pentacles. I have a 9 of Cups. 9 weeks, 9 months. I have a 5 of Pentacles. And I have a 4 of Wands. The 4 of Wands is coming into me as I still have hopes for a future with you. So that felt encouraging. And also the 9 of Pentacles and the 9 of Cups is pretty encouraging, because that is more of a, I did feel very content with you. I did feel very secure with you emotionally. Going through tough times is my 5 of Pentacles right now. So your person could be struggling with not only emotional issues that they said, you know, my life is a mess, but they could be struggling with some financial issues that you're not aware of. They could be struggling with some legal issues that they're in over their head with, that are just consuming them. So there is a sense of, I have something big on my plate that I have to take care of. So maybe that's why they're pushing you away. They just feel like they can't give you the energy or the time, because they've got something very specific in their life that they've got to get through, and that they can't have anything kind of take their energy off that focus for some reason. I have a Knight of Cups. I have a 3 of Pentacles. I have an Ace of Cups. Yeah. And I have a 5 of Cups. This came into me again as I not only I messed up my life, but I messed up this connection. And all 3 of these cards came into me as I want to try to win you back. Energy. I want to try to come back somehow, because maybe they realize that they really screwed up. This is a feeling of, you know, I felt like this was somebody serenading somebody, you know, like, I'm going to sing you a song outside your bedroom window. But this feeling of this Ace, and even just this heart and the dove, like in the little branch, like a little peace offering. I do feel that. I feel that this person respects you. And I feel that they didn't treat you right, Spirit just said. And you didn't deserve something. You didn't deserve how they spoke to you. You didn't deserve how they talked to you, or the last words that they said. But they know that they didn't treat you right. And I'm going to say they messed up. Maybe you're in the doghouse. Maybe they were put in the doghouse for a good reason. There is a feeling of coming back with my tail between my legs also. So this is a kind of a little bit of a wake-up call to, I didn't realize what I had. Now I'm really screwed. You know, like, how do I get back what I had, if I can, if ever? I want to talk to you again and make things right between us, but I'm so afraid that you will reject me. I know that you put me in the doghouse. You are so mad. You could be the one that said no contact. You could be like, I can't even talk to you right now. I can't even see you right now. So we need to talk. I mean, that's good if we talk, but it was almost like I'm dreading that conversation. I'm scared of what it would mean for us to be together. So what are we afraid of? We're afraid of a commitment. We're afraid that it's going to hurt or affect somebody else around us. I'm afraid that I'm still going to be attacked by somebody who has some kind of tagged to me somehow, like a parent of my children who doesn't approve of this relationship, who's always going to, create like a bee's hive around it. But I'm scared of what this could mean. I know that we are still connected because I feel it when you are sad, in pain, or angry with me. Please make sure you stay positive so I can be optimistic about our future. A little bit of we can get through this, like even telepathically, like letting you know that, it's not as bad as you think it is. We can get through. We've gotten through worse, is how it just came into me. So what happened in the past? You kissed and made up. You repaired the damage. So there's a sense of we can do it again. But this is one of those connections that probably has to keep trying. We have a hard time for whatever reason. I'm in pain right now and I miss you, but I need time to heal. I feel like it's not so much, yes, healing, but it could be just a cooling off period. It could be just I need to get my head straight. I just need to kind of get my head onto, what's going on. It's the person who says I need time to think. And yes, people do. And then other times that's just what did they say in the beginning? It's an excuse, a denial, or an escape. I need time to think. Let's see what initials they have. I have some new letters that are dice I'm excited about. Doesn't take much for me to be excited. Okay, so here are the new dice. And I'm going to get a big handful so we get lots of letters. So first initial, last initial, maybe we'll spell a name. Okay. And maybe you'll see your person's letters. Okay. B, T, G, E, Y, P, D, I, D, O, X. I have a G and I have a B. Okay, so for some of you, that could definitely connect. You could be seeing your person, and don't worry if you don't see them, of course, because they're just clues. Reminder, these are general readings for everybody. So you just take with you what connects to you. All right, let's continue. Let's see what these feelings are. So, balancing act, walking on eggshells. Spirit, please share with me. We've gotten through worse. That was encouraging. Puppy love, playful connection. Do you remember when we first met? Do you remember how into you I was, or you were so into me? I wish we could recapture. There's a feeling of recapturing the newness, which is impossible to recapture, but it can be different. It can be renewed. It can be, we know each other already. We don't have to go through that difficult period of time of getting to know each other and knowing what we're getting into. So we can just focus on the good stuff. Spirit, maybe they're reminding you of what happened, or the falling in love. Angelic, you're my angel. Oh, did they call you angel? Did they call you sweetheart? Do they still feel like you're my angel? So that feels like more of a pet name. It feels like they always were good to you until something happened. I feel like I'm surprised by this person's behavior. I don't feel like it's a repeat pattern as much as just took me by surprise and either inappropriate, disrespectful, unacceptable, Spirit saying. I have S to C. You please me like no other. So I'm not feeling a third party for some of you. I'm feeling this person was totally into you, and it doesn't mean that they're not going to be there again. You don't just stop loving somebody. And they also refer to you as their angel. You're their angel. So they really treated you, you know, that's like a very respectful feeling to me. Loyalty. I have your back no matter what. People, you know, it's interesting. People who, even if you're really angry at them, but if you really, really needed them and you said, no, I'm calling for a reason, it's an emergency, they would say, what? And they would be there for you. They would just forget that we're not talking. They would just forget that, you know, we're angry with each other. And they would focus on, you know, you and what you needed because they love you. So it's an unconditional love. We are allowed to fight like family members fight, or we're allowed to be angry right now, but at some point we're going to come back around, we're going to love each other, or we're still always going to be there for each other. So there's that kind of a deep commitment there. So that felt good. Spirit, please share with me. What is it that you need me to know? Okay. I have a devil in reverse. I have a King of Pentacles. I have a Three of Pentacles in reverse. And I have a Seven of Swords. I'm going to say that there was a lie, because the Three of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords, the Three of Pentacles in reverse is telling me that you always have respected me. And then in this case, you didn't. You said something, you did something. You told me you were doing something and you didn't. You told me you weren't talking to somebody and you did. You manipulated me, you lied to me, you backstabbed me, you know, so something that was disrespectful. And I feel like that's I just am having a hard time getting over that. The devil in reverse is interesting to me because it's a feeling of, no, I'm sorry, it's the devil upright. It's the devil upright. Reverse would be the angels. I felt that it was a temptation, but it didn't go through. Maybe they were talking to somebody. Maybe they were chatting with somebody. Maybe there's something going on around them, but I don't feel like it was infidelity as much as conversations or an emotional kind of connection that was upsetting. And then this King of Pentacles, almost like from the beginning, where they said, you can't tell me what to do. You can't tell me who to talk to. I'm allowed to have friends. They're just a friend. And if you feel like they weren't just a friend and you feel like that they were crossing the line emotionally with somebody, I'm going to say they probably were. I'm going to say they probably were. And you caught them and you confronted them. And I feel like they didn't like being confronted. They didn't want to be told. You confronted them and they didn't like it. I mean, nobody wants to be told what to do, but when you're in a relationship and somebody crosses the line, it's just a matter of respect. And I feel like this person could have been saying one thing but doing another, and you just pretty much figured it out and said, I'm not doing this. Let's get some charms. Let's see what the charms are saying. It's some new charms for me. I have some letters and some numbers in here. So I'm just going to grab the number dice and I'm going to roll a few of these. So we'll get some numbers and let me get a scoop. These are new. So I'm seeing new charms that I haven't even used yet. So I'm excited. I'm just going to give these a little stir. Let me see what I got. Okay. couple more. All right, let's see what I'm feeling. All right, so the numbers, number 1, 1 day. How about that? 1 week, 1 hour. The number 6, 6 days. I have another 6. I have a 3. March, 28, 28th of the month, 28 days, something like that. Okay. Okay. I have a double-decker bus. Double-decker bus. It came into me as I'm seeing things clearly, believe it or not. I'm on this double-decker bus. It's a big tour bus. Somebody's driving me around the city so I can see all the sights. I can see it clearly. I've got a good window seat. So it was somebody saying you don't know what you're talking about and you don't know what you're saying. And you're saying, I see this perfectly clearly. I'm on the second level of the double-decker bus and I'm in the front seat. I see it exactly for what it is. And they don't like this confrontation. They don't like that maybe you've got their number or you are calling them out on something and something they were getting away with maybe, and they don't want to be told what to do. So they backpedal and say, I'm not happy in this relationship. You're not making me happy, as opposed to you're not allowing me what to do when I'm in a relationship. You know, I want to be single and in a relationship at the same time. You know, you can't. You want to date other people while you're with me? It's not going to work. Go date other people. So it's more that feeling like you confronted them and they didn't like that. Okay. I have a apartment house. Looks like an apartment house to me. But part of me felt like I was driving by. I was looking for your car, looking to see if there's somebody else's car parked where you park or in the guest spot. So there's a feeling of spying. There's a feeling of stalking. Okay. So, you know, wondering what you're doing and who you're with, you know, when you're the one who did nothing wrong, that's always the best. Like you're just like sitting home watching TV and they're driving by, like anticipating that you've got some kind of big, you know, wild, crazy party going on. But they can drive by all they want. You know, they know where you live. What they need to do is knock on the door and talk to you. Okay. I have a strawberry and I have a pineapple. And it came into me as a fruit salad that this person is just throwing. It was almost a feeling of, I'm just throwing everything I can into a bowl, like, and hoping that it makes something amazing. Or like I'm throwing spaghetti against a wall and seeing what sticks. So they're saying, it felt like I'm saying anything I can to try to repair the damage. I'm saying anything I can to make you feel better about the situation or to try to convince you that you're wrong and I'm right. And I guess I'm seeing it really clearly because I feel like, no, I'm you know what? I got the front seat of that bus and I definitely know what I'm talking about. And you were wrong and it was disrespectful and I'm pretty hurt by it. So something is going on with that. I do have a hand and it's a single hand. And so it's almost this feeling of like I'm trying to reach out a hand and the other person doesn't, you know, you go to shake somebody's hand and the other person doesn't shake your hand back because they're rude or they don't want to. But it's a feeling of I'm trying to give you a hand. I'm trying to reach out that olive branch and you're not taking it. So maybe they have tried to reach out. Maybe they have tried to get a hold of you. Maybe they have done everything in their power to try to say what they can to try to get you to, want to talk to them again. But they just use the word fairness, that whatever happened, it wasn't fair. There was a sense of it just wasn't fair. Okay. I have a Christmas tree. Maybe this happened around Christmas, and I have a fall leaf. So maybe it goes back to the fall in this holiday season. Maybe it goes back 6 months. It's been 6 months since I talked to this person, or something connected, it started around the holidays. Okay. I have a sun with a smiley face. That's good. I'm going to come back to that in a second. I have a donut. I'm going to use the word sweet. I'm going to go back to that feeling of you're my angel. And I still see you as my sweetheart. I still see you as the only one that I want to be with. Maybe they called you sweetheart, something like that. But I'm just going to use the word sweet with the donut. Okay, unless they're like, that's their favorite. If this is like a chocolate covered donut, and that's their favorite. Okay, I have a sofa. I feel like your spot, it's like your spot at the table is empty. The spot that you sit in the living room is empty. Like the sofa I sit in one sofa, you sit in the other one, and I keep looking over at that sofa and you're not there. So I feel like that's upsetting to me. Just everyday life, like where you normally sit when we're just together, you're not there. So that's upsetting. I have a sun and I have a sewing machine. And the reason why I put those together was because I felt that I could sew the pieces back together. I thought that I could have a new beginning. I'm thinking that if there's a way that we can stitch this together again, then we can be okay. We can go back to, do you remember when we fell in love? Do you remember how great it was? Do you remember? And they had said, I'm going to hold on to this because Spirit had said to me, we've gotten through worse. We've gotten through worse. And so we can get through this. So that tells me that this connection, has a lot of energy into it, whether it's time, energy, love. Okay, so here is my charms. Okay, so those are nice. And let's get some additional messages. Spirit, please share with me. Let's go to these love messages. Let's see. Loving messages, final messages, please, Spirit. Spirit saying it's not always easy, but it can be worth it. They will never compare to you, whoever they are, okay? They are just a friend. I always love that, they're just a friend. Okay. You're worth more to me than I let on. Okay. I pushed you away, but, the reality is I'm a mess without you. I should have fought for you. I shouldn't just be driving by your house. I should be beeping outside. I should be calling you on the phone saying, hey, I'm downstairs. Can you come down and talk to me for a few minutes? Hey, can I come up? I'm ready to take off my mask. I'm ready to talk about my true feelings. I'm ready to talk about what's happened. I know that we have a soul connection. Why do you have to be away from each other to realize that you were meant to be together? You know, sometimes it takes that separation to realize that I just realized I'm in love with you, epiphany. You should have known that when you were with me. I'm holding on to the memories of us. And I do believe that. I do believe that this person is thinking very fondly of when they first fell in love with you. They were that puppy love. They had that, we had a great time together. It was amazing. Can't we get that back? Can't we start over again? I'm on my way to you. Maybe they will stop. Maybe they'll drive by. Maybe when they drive by this time, they stop and they call when they're outside of your house and say, what are you doing? Can we talk? I'm on my way to you. I'm finding my way back to you. I'm going to put this out into the universe. These are always such hard readings because when they had said to me the balancing act and I felt like I was on the tightrope and I felt like I was going to fall and I had that fear of falling, it's worse than being in limbo. It was the feeling of, have I lost this forever? Or what happened? Like, what's happened to my life? And I just want my life back. So, but Spirit's saying you've gotten through worse and you can do it again. So I'm going to hold on to that because that feels like we're fighters. That feels like we love each other enough to fight for this connection. I want to thank Spirit for these messages today. If you are new to my channel, please remember to hit the like, subscribe, ring the notification bell. If you would like to book a private reading with me, check out my website at KathyMammelin.psychicmedium.com. Please comment, claim it, own it, it's yours. Take a moment to see my other 2 YouTube channels. I'll put the link in the description and in the comments. I have a pick a card channel, and then I have my main YouTube channel, which is lots and lots of love readings. So I hope you enjoyed your reading today, and we'll see you all again real soon.